Hi there, this week we're going to be talking about whether or not Microsoft should require SSDs as boot drives in OEM devices. My name is Steve, this is TQA Weekly, and I talk a lot about storage, SSDs, and hard drives. I talk about reads and write speeds, I talk about reliability, I talk about the ways that we might be able to get data off of them, and of course many different kinds of topics including RAID. What we don't talk about is necessarily the actual user experience. Because when it comes to even the oldest and slowest computers, adding an SSD changes a lot. The addition of an SSD can bring your boot times from 45 seconds to a minute and a half all the way down to just a few seconds. Meaning that the end user, yourself using the device, experiences a computer that feels like it's faster. This is allowing your processor to get more information faster, better saturating it, and better capable of saturating the RAM at the same time. Taking data from a spinning hard drive takes forever in comparison to an SSD. When it comes to old features like hibernation, it would take forever for the computer to reboot. Not as long as a cold boot, but still quite a long time. With today's SSDs, you boot nearly instantly as if you were cold booting a computer from an SSD itself. Simply because now you can take all the raw data from the SSD and just dump it into the RAM. Virtually instantly, at least compared to your hard drives. Now what does this mean? It means that as an end user you have a much better experience when it comes to loading an operating system and applications when you're using an SSD. Hard drives still have their place, but the costs per gig for an SSD has been steadily dropping for a really long time. The amount of capacity for SSD has been escalating for a long time, meaning that for many computers out there, even really inexpensive ones, there is a lot of available space on an SSD for a typical end user. Meaning that it is almost about time that Microsoft demands that OEM manufacturers install Windows on an SSD. If not for any other reason than just having a much better experience. How would you feel to buy a $600, $700, $800 computer and have it feel slower than your phone? You'd be pretty pissed off. Well, your phone uses an SSD, or basically it uses memory that's not in a spinning format. Depends on your device. Needless to say, your phones and your tablets boot nearly instantly in comparison to any computer with a spinning hard drive. This is probably around the same logic that Microsoft is using for your own laptops and desktops. Because why not? Because having an SSD just makes more sense when it comes to booting a computer and having a much better experience when it comes to loading your software and your video games. Do spinning hard drives have a place? Of course. But we're talking about cold storage, or storage of a lot of data. Hard drives will continue to have their place in our computers for a really long time. But maybe, just maybe, they can give up the crown to the SSDs when it comes to booting Windows for us. Because who wants to wait another minute and a half every single time we load our computers? Not me. Like this episode if you like it, dislike it if you didn't, share with those that you think can benefit from this, and don't forget to subscribe. And if you have any questions, comments, suggestions for topics, email me at ask@tqaweekly.com or go to my website, tqaweekly.com, where you can see the show notes on this episode, past others, find other ways of subscribing, and use a contact form to email me directly. And if you want to see me play video games, I'm going to start playing God of War on my Twitch stream at twitch.tv/ZAccess1981, where I play every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.